Meet Stephen Smith, Managing Director at Bankers Without Boundaries, a not-for-profit powered by former investment bankers to assist impact projects that benefit the environment and social good. Bankers Without Boundaries works with governments, institutions, cities, and foundations to provide advisory and research services to mobilize private capital. It applies creativity and innovation to achieve results to meet the most pressing social and environmental challenges we face.
Hello there, Stephen. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. So forestry as an asset class has a long history, but the money deployed is tiny in the context of global assets. The World Bank estimates less than $100 billion of institutional money is in place, more than $2 trillion is in ESG funds, more than $4 trillion in private equity, and a multiple of that in pension funds. That's striking when the returns are strong. UK forestry delivered 10% CAGR over the last 25 years, with no drawdown in 20. It's attractively uncorrelated to other assets, and its long-duration nature lends itself perfectly to pension investment. Yi has eloquently described the bottlenecks from a technical and practical perspective, but the financing projects at scale is also challenging. And as he said, we need to scale. An obvious challenge with forestry is you have to wait around for the returns. In many respects, it's akin to real estate development. It takes time and significant investment to build, or to grow in this case. But at completion, maturity, the owner starts receiving rental income, forestry income, carbon credits and timber sales. But unlike real estate, the income stream is not stable, with carbon a volatile commodity, making revenue visibility potentially poor. Other obvious risks include weather, disease, local intervention for timber, and more. So a potentially compelling investment, but a challenging one as a proposition. We estimate that the hectares that need planting, was discussed earlier, requires $700 billion to $2.6 trillion, well beyond the scope of government spend, as Ivo pointed out. To resolve these issues, you need blended finance solutions, a topic we just explored with Terraformation in a recently published paper. Layering grants, non-repayable, alongside concessional debt from DFIs, with impact and more conventional equity investors, can be a successful structure to allow significant rollout of afforestation projects. Revenues would accrue from carbon credits sold, likely beginning in year 4, and depending on cost assumptions and the trajectory of the carbon price, we calculate projects can be cash flow positive by year 10 with an IRR to the equity investor of perhaps 10%, a quite respectable commercial return. A further layer of capital could be provided by corporates who would, in exchange for providing the early stage risk capital up front, receive not dividends like other equity investors, but the carbon credits themselves. These could be used in any offset program the corporate had in place. This is a contentious topic, and I'm sure we'll come onto it in our discussions. Finally, very important to highlight the other benefits to the community from afforestation: stormwater protection, improved air quality, and thus health outcomes, biodiversity improvements, and ecotourism, to name a few. These all have an economic value and some can be monetized. Vehicles like KPI bonds, where carbon sequestered is an output and trees planted are an input, and SDG bonds, where health, quality, climate, and life in land could all be targeted for improvement. Both make sense to aid forestry funding. However, the real prize is to scale pension fund money into the asset class, with those asset owners seeing forestry as a long-dated infrastructure asset that provides a material positive impact to the environment and climate change, a prize worth chasing.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen.